Hi, it's Claire from Verity Papery, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's pretty simple and quick. Basically, the main technique is some ink blending. First, I want to share the supplies that I'm using. The main supplies are from the August My Monthly Hero Kit, and it comes with this main stamp set, which I got the Pixies from, and it also comes with some coordinating dies. That's the tree die that comes with the main kit. It also has some add-ons. That's where I got the sentiment from, and the other add-on is the floral die cut border. To start the card, we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and I'm not very good at ink blending, but the nice thing about this card is you can't really see the ink blending that much, so you can do a kind of sketchy job and get away with it. So for the center, I use some squeezed lemonade. I like to kind of dab it on first since it's in the center. And then I also dab in a little bit of scattered straw to kind of tone down the brightness there. So for the edges, I'm really packing on some chipped sapphire for the navy, and then to kind of blend that in up to the yellow, I think I used Mermaid Lagoon, no, Tumbled Glass, yeah, that's what it was. And yeah, I'm not exceptionally good with ink blending. It's something I'd like to get better at, but for this card, like I said, you can be pretty sketch with it and get away with what you want. There are a couple of little things that I've learned along the way though. First thing is that you'll see when I start adding a ton of ink on here, I pull out a paper towel and I'm using that to grip the cardstock. That's so I don't get ink on my fingertips and accidentally spread the ink around to places it shouldn't be, so I don't get a bunch of navy on my fingertips, for example, and then accidentally get that on the yellow. So that's something I've learned. And then it's easier to blend in from the edges. That's where it's tricky for me, trying to blend right in the center. So when I blended right in the center, what I did was I packed my foam applicator with ink, and then I kind of dabbed it on a little bit, adding light pressure, then adding a little more pressure, and then once the ink was on there, then that's when I pressed a little bit harder and tried blending it more. And then when I went in with some of the scattered straw, I dabbed it first and then went in with some more ink. So it's harder to start from the center, at least for me. So if you can start from the edges, I'd start from the edges, but I wanted to make sure I got that yellow on there. So when I have to do it from the center, straight from there, I like to kind of just dab the paper first and slowly add more ink to it. Anyways, you could also try different colors for this kind of midnight scene, maybe some reds and oranges, but I liked the blues. So I'm sprinkling some water drops on the cardstock, and then I'm just removing it with a paper towel, and it leaves these light ghost-like impressions on the cardstock. It's really pretty, and it kind of adds to the magical look that I'm going for this card. So now to do those really gorgeous die cut panels. I'm super excited about these dies because I really love the paper cutting technique, the super fancy detailed cuts you can get, and this just makes it so easy. So what I did is I cut out 3 different cardstocks, black, navy, and a blue tealish color. I kind of arranged them how I think I'd want them, and now I'm arranging my stamps and figuring out how I want those to go too. So I'm going to be heat embossing them, but I'm going to be using, it's kind of a 2-step process. It's very simple, but it involves a little more technique here. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take that panel. I've already dried my inked panel, but I'm also going to cover it with some anti-static powder just so that the ink is not wet at all, so the embossing powder will only stick to where I stamp. And now I'm going to ink up my images. They're already clean, and then I inked it up with Versamark, then inked it up with my black ink, and then covered it with the clear sparkle embossing powder. The sparkle powder, it's clear embossing powder, but also has this really nice subtle shimmer to it. Or I wouldn't say shimmer, it's glitter. And since I don't have any, black glitter powder, this is how I get the glitter embossed look. So it's a little more complicated than, just inking up with Versamark and then adding, let's say, black sparkle embossing powder. But since we don't have that yet, we're just going to have to take that extra step of using the Versamark and then the black ink. I also added a little bit of detail. There is a stamp in the main kit that has these kind of little trail of stars and some clouds, and I heat embossed those just in clear ink, just for a nice subtle little touch. And that finished off. Basically all the stamping we're going to do, but not the heat embossing. So to kind of continue the glitter subtle thing that I have going on with this card, I'm inking up each of those panels with the Versamark ink, and then I'm going to cover each of those with the clear glitter sparkle embossing powder. It just, I don't know, it adds a nice touch, and I like glitter, so if I can stick it on there, I will. Now once I have each of those heat embossed, I'm going to arrange them again, and I wanted the black to peek out more than it would if I kept the die cut panel as it was. So what I did is I kind of shrunk it a little bit by cutting it down the center and just laying it on top and just kind of squishing it into a smaller rectangle, and that way the black peeked out a lot more. So that's just a way you can kind of stretch out the dies. I actually used the wood die twice, that's the black and the teal, and I used the flower border in between, and just cutting off little pieces of the black die cut, like I cut off a little bit of leaves, so it doesn't look exactly like the teal die, but you get the extra layer. For in between the layers, I added some foam adhesive, but if you wanted to, it adds a ton of dimension. So if you want something more malleable, then you can just adhere the layers directly to each other or use really thin chipboard in between the layers. So I topped off the card with some clear droplets, and that pretty much makes the card. It's really simple, really fun, and these dies and the stamp set are so gorgeous. I'm so excited that this kit is finally out. So there's the card again, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on my blog or on the YouTube video, and I will have the supplies linked on the YouTube video as well as the blog. So thanks for watching and have a great day. God bless. Bye.